From LALATE headquarters in Santa Monica, this is Afternoons LALATE.
It's a big afternoon of Afternoons LA with incredible great news about your fourth stimulus check update of 2021. In this recording, we'll go over that monthly stimulus check and why the Democrats are now poised to give you the biggest payout of the century. $3.5 trillion of checks are coming to the American people under the fourth stimulus recon. And the push is underway to put stimulus checks in there on top of that. We go over all the incredible great news in this recording. Then in the second half of this video, we'll go over the recon procedural passed this week, and what does this mean for you? Now we're heading to recon substantive, which means that you're getting $3.5 trillion of checks from this Congress. The biggest payout we've seen in nearly a year. I'll go over all the incredible sums of money that are in this fourth stimulus recon. Then we cut to the exciting details about what's next. What is next in the next few days? And new comments from Bernie Sanders about the success of this $3.5 trillion. The new comments revealed today. I have this and more, and the fifth stimulus, which raises your benefits up SSI, SSDI, and the talk of the nation, the new LA alerts, which delivers you news alerts as they happen. Everyone's talking about them. I'm going to go over all the exciting news as I'm back with the new YouTube alerts restored. It's a big day. It's a big, bold, beautiful afternoon. Let's get to it, starting right now. Hey, good afternoon, everybody. It's a beautiful day with your fourth stimulus check update of 2021 on this big, wonderful Afternoons LA broadcast direct from Santa Monica. In this recording, we'll go over those monthly stimulus checks and why the Democrats are likely to give you more months of checks. But then we cut to the recon, which is now a done deal. $3.5 trillion of checks are coming to the American people. And Bernie Sanders speaks out today about them. I'll have Bernie's comments and what this means for you. The single biggest payout we've ever seen in the history of this channel. I'll go over what these checks mean for you, what they are, how you get them, when you get them, and what the president's doing to make sure you get them as quickly as 24 hours after it becomes law. Then we turn to the exciting details about this stimulus and, of course, the new LA alerts, the talk of the country, of the first alert system ever for news broadcasters, and it's developed by this channel that gives you alerts when news happens, totally free and 24/7. And this is LALATE, America's only 24-hour day, 7 days a week financial news channel in America, live in the morning and taped in the afternoons. Coming up next is Evenings LALATE at 5 p.m. and Overnights Crypto. So subscribe. 400,000 subscribers, a YouTube record. I want you part of this family. Hit that subscribe button right now. Like the video, 3,000 likes, and consider becoming a member so that you get all this big money under third stimulus. Purple Hawk, Purple Power, or Calcino VIP. And sign up for the LALATE alerts as well, totally free, so you don't miss any news when it happens. Let's cut to those monthly stimulus checks, House versus Senate, Senate versus House, and more Democrats are talking about it again. We're going to go over what they're talking about and the number of checks and the amount. Warren, Sanders, and Wyden talking about it in a letter to the president saying we need monthly stimulus checks. They do not give the amount, but they certainly make it very clear, Mr. President, it needs to be monthly. Then we have AOC and Omar on the House side, writing the president a letter saying we need monthly fourth stimulus checks. And this time, giving a price tag, $2,000. Wow. In fact, that is the reoccurring number you see across the country, as the American petition is now at 3 million signatures, heading to 4 million, with a monthly price tag of a $2,000 stimulus check. The House bill, Pandemic Plus 1 year, provides $1,000 after the first month. And then the House Ways and Means Committee also writing the president a letter saying they want a monthly fourth stimulus check, but they don't give the amount. Meantime, the check that everyone is talking about is that House bill, Pandemic Plus 1 year from Jalopal, which would mean that you would get at least 12 checks. which would amount to at least $13,000. Compare that to the Senate. I think you have an opinion. Jump in the live chat right now and vote House or Senate, and tell me where you're tuning in from and how's the weather. Who gets his fourth stimulus check? You do. Democrats represent that. If you got a third, you get a fourth. Single individual, $75,000 less. Democrats represent, they want to give you a fourth stimulus check. Married couple, $150,000 less. Democrats represent, they want to give you one as well. Double it. Family of four, Democrats represent, you get a fourth stimulus check, quadruple it. And if you're on benefits, SSI, SSDI, Social Security Railroad benefits, Democrats represent, you get a fourth stimulus check. The fourth stimulus check is not income, it's not taxable. And the fourth stimulus check is not a waivable check. And finally, the fourth stimulus check will be the same amount for adult dependents and everyone else. If you do go to the casino tonight to see Sirloin, and you're walking outside and you see the check stumbling after too many $12 ice creams, do not wave at the check. It is now partaked in too much ice cream. $12 ice cream, Nancy Pelosi ice cream. And so if you wave at the check, it'll see double of you. Hi, check. Hello, LA. I see two of you. It's okay, Mr. Check, so long as I see you reoccurring at $2,000 a month. In the second half of this video, we go over the deal. Done. $3.5 trillion of checks. Guaranteed, confirmed, done. Law. Recon procedural passed this week? Yes. And this is the biggest payout you've ever seen in the history of this channel. So what is Bernie Sanders saying about it? I have his comments in the third part of this video. It's breaking news today, and Bernie Sanders talks about the historic passage of the recon this week. Then we cut to Fistimals as well. But first, get a pen and paper ready, because we're going to get some money for utilities, food, internet, and more. If you've had a success story getting rent, utilities, food, or internet for this channel, send it to me on DM, private message to me at LALATE on Twitter, Facebook, or Instagram. And here are some of the new ones just for today. I have a new comment coming in from Shanann that says, I told my friend about you, LALATE, and she went on now, and she's addicted to your shows. Wow. Better addicted to me than $12 ice cream. She, my friend, received $9,000 for rent. Yes. And $5,000 for utilities. Wow. And $500 a month, monthly for food stamps. Well, you know what that annualizes? It's $6,000, unless you're using the Larry Kudlow calculator. You rock, LA. Well, thank you. And your friend rocks. Congratulations to her. Dawn, words of encouragement here. I finally received my EIDL totaling $15,000. OMG. Couldn't be more ecstatic. Thank you for all your help, LA. Well, thank you, Dawn. Mary got $6,400 for 8 months of rent. And then Joanne says, I want you to let you know that Crayola King helped me get $9,500 in SNAP. And I just went back. So she wasn't done. She went back to get more. I love this. I went back and I got $400 towards electric and $600 for rent. Thank you for all you do for us. Well, thank you, Joanne. And then Becca and Crayola together got $2,400 for rent. Wow. And that is just new for today. So get a pen and paper ready, because we're going to get some money for rent, utilities, mortgage assistance, and homeowners assistance as well. How much money are viewers getting for this channel from rent? Well, you see, the numbers are going bigger and bolder every day. We had Robert 2 days ago that came in with massive numbers. Viewers are getting, we had Johnny the day before, yesterday. Johnny was yesterday, Robert was 2 days ago. And here you go. Bam. Oh my goodness. Purple Hawks are killing it. Purple Power on fire. $2,400 for Elizabeth for rent. Great job. $25,000. Did I say $2,700? No, $27,000. $25,000 for Mark for rent. Nancy, $24,000 for rent. Richard, $22,000 for rent. And $20,000 for Nisi for rent. Congratulations. When we talk about utilities, Cecilia got $1,200 for heap. That's a heap. How much are viewers getting? Oh my goodness. 2 viewers this week got over $9,000 of utilities. Nancy is $7,000 for utilities. Mark, $6,500. And Angela, $5,000. When we talk about SNAP, it's money for food. And we have viewers getting $18,000 and $19,000 this week. What about everyone else? Oh my goodness. Louis, $18,000 for SNAP. John, $10,000. And Nancy, $5,000. We just, of course, had in this update from Joanne, she got $9,500 for SNAP, and we have the incredible Shanann's neighbor got $500 a month, which of course is $6,000. There you go. Numbers are coming bigger and bolder. So there's Nancy with 2 items. Oh boy, can Nancy go for the Nancy's now in the Triple Crown. She's in the Triple Crown. She got 3 items. Bam. Oh my goodness. Nancy getting $32,000 from this channel from 3 items. Nisi getting $23,000 from this channel from 3 items. And Mark getting $32,000 from this channel from Two items. Two items. Who put Mark on my graphic? That's a graphic for 3 items. I'll tell you what happened. Mark got 2 items for $32,000 rent and utilities. And for 5 days on camera, I told Mark, go get Snap because it's a Snap. It's very easy to get it. And 3 wonderful things came from Mark's story. Number 1, Mark got Snap in less than 3 days. Number 2, Mark told his neighbor about me, and that neighbor went from 0 to $20,000 of rent approved because of this channel. It's sort of like Shanann today, who says she told her friend, and her friend got all these monies. Her friend got 3 items, including, well, her friend got almost, probably almost almost $18,000 for this channel, because her friend got $9,000, $5,000, and $6,000. Yeah, that's a lot of money. That's almost $20,000. Tell your friends. And so what did Mark get for Snap? He got $19,000, bringing his grand total to $50,500. And boy, then there's Lorraine, who got $105,000. And this is what we do because this is the family of LALATE we've been doing since day one. In spring of last year, people had applied for that EIDL loan and EIDL grant and was not getting approved. So I launched this channel to help get their applications approved, doing their applications on air and off air for weeks on end. They were stuck in what I called the 330, the 331, the 48 vortex, and then I had the bombshell, getting them approved, getting $25 million of EIDL loans approved, the biggest anywhere in the history of the program on this channel. And then second stimulus was not coming. December, sort of like now. No fourth stimulus was laying in your bank account. People need money. It was the holidays, so I stepped forward and I got viewers $250,000 for rent. Like Tyrone and his family of 4 out of Boston getting $16,000 for rent from December to the spring. But now you are doing it bigger and bolder than ever before. The Purple Hawks are killing it on this channel, getting sums of money we've never seen on this channel before. And I want you to get a pen and paper right now because Purple Hawks, I'm ready for you to pounce. Get a pen and paper ready because here are some introductory remarks before we go into the numbers. Number 1, I'm going to show you 6 places to reach out to. So reach out to each of the 6. Number 2, if one says no, don't worry, reach out to the next. They all have their own eligibility. They also have their own pots of money. Then understand I see keywords in this video. Those keywords apparently help viewers really get approved. Also, do not insert new disqualification ideas in your brain because they're just not true. They don't give money to people with surfboards. Untrue. Also, understand that every state has the same amount of money based upon the number of residents, all dedicated from the federal government. All right, you ready? Here we go. 6 places: City Hall, City House Authority; County Hall, County House Authority; State Hall, State House Authority. And the keywords you're going to say are rent assistance because of COVID, or mortgage or utility assistance because of COVID. You don't say words they don't know, like stimulus or Mitchatini. Mitcha who? Mitchatini. Oh, ooh, I don't know. I don't want to know that. Sir, you reached the wrong number. Click. Yeah, don't say the words they don't know. And that'll end the conversation very quickly. Tim and Linda got money for rent and utilities as well. And you've got money for rent and utilities posted in the live chat right now. Let's turn to some Snap. And it's a Snap. It's very easy to get. Eligibility is easier than a stimulus check. What is it? Money for food. We love food, don't we? We have to have it, otherwise we die. So get that money for food. It's from Department of Agriculture. And Lynn Glenn got it for herself, her son, and a mom. Gail got it as well. Louis got $18,000. Mark got $19,000. Countless viewers this week are pushing over $16,000 to $19,000 day in, day out. So we're seeing massive sums of money come on in. So where do you get it? Department of Agriculture. Reach out to them. How much does it pay? A lot. A family of 4 out of Hawaii gets upwards of $16,000 a year. But now you see viewers on this channel getting $19,000 to $20,000. But if you heard the breaking news live on air on this channel last Monday, oh my goodness, it was wonderful. Department of Agriculture announced that everyone's benefits for Snap will be increasing in October. An average of 25% lifetime automatic. Oh, yes. Wonderful. Great news. And if you got Snap as well, post in the live chat right now. And we now turn to the exciting details of that refund check coming back from the state due to computer error. States had computer errors, and because of that, they overpaid unemployment benefits. Well, the federal government has ordered them to pay those money back to you and has now told the states to upgrade their computer systems from Windows 10. Which Windows 10 is that? The 1910 version. You know, the one when the keyboard was made out of wood. The states think they're really sophisticated because the previous version was their Windows 5, which was in Windows 1905, where the keyboard was made out of stone, and you had to light it with some fire to turn it on. One viewer got $3,000 for this. One viewer got $5,000. And boy, the last spot on the money is the refund check coming back from IRS. Mark tells us he got $1,400. One viewer, Johnny, tells me he got $1,200. The average payment is about $1,200 But a viewer over the weekend got $2,000. Mark got money for this as well, and Cod and Michael as well. More about this in a second. But here's a personal message from me to you. The channel was launched for me to help you get money and for me to help you, but it's also important that you help each other. And you help each other by going to the live chat and posting your success stories. When you post your success stories, then everything falls into place. Number one, people need the encouragement to pick up the phone and call. A lot of people just don't feel encouraged until they see you doing it. And imagine I started the recording with 3 new success stories or 4 new success stories just today. I'm getting about 4 to 10 success stories on social media a day. Imagine success stories of $10,000 to $20,000 a day. So pick up the phone and go into that live chat and post your success story. Next, we see the numbers are bigger than bolder. And you know what we're seeing this week? The numbers keep on getting bigger. These were numbers from about 3 weeks ago, and now we're seeing people get routinely over $9,000 of utilities. Then a lot of people never heard of these things. Snap. Larry Maui never heard of it before he found this channel. He's now getting $500 monthly, a lifetime because of this channel. And then we have the wonderful Nisi, who's feeling better, and Art Sullivan, who got the wonderful 3 items. And now they've inspired countless viewers to get 3 items as well. And Johnny this week got 4 items. So now we're pushing it to 4 items. Remember, you can get multiple utilities, not just water, but also electric and gas. Let's go back to those unemployment benefits. Where do they land? Direct deposit, otherwise in the mail. Can you track it? Yeah, go to irs.gov and do a transcript search, and 70% of the time it'll work. It'll reveal the refund check you paid, it'll reveal the tax return you paid, and the taxes you filed, and then 70% of the time it'll reveal the refund check you're getting. It'll also reveal some stuff you wish you'd never seen, like the ingredient list to the Michatini. Oh my goodness. Yeah, I do not put lobster sauce on my yogurt. Thank you. Can we top that? Yes. Deal done. $3.5 trillion of checks are coming to the American people, and the fourth stimulus recon passed this Tuesday. In the second half of this video, we'll go over what this recon means for you, starting right now. The recon is now passed procedurally, and this is huge because, number one, the recon will be done. Number two, the recon will be $3.5 trillion. Number three, the recon will be all checks for you. And number four, it's the biggest payout we've ever seen in the history of this channel. Stimulus package number 1, 2, and 3 were this big. Number 4 is this big. And this one is all checks for you. And while the previous stimulus packages were 80% checks for corporations, this is all for the American citizen. So how do we get to this wonderful spot? And more about those checks in the third part of this video. Stay to the final 15 minutes of this video. We got to this wonderful spot by taking roads and bridges out of the recon and putting them into something called the bipartisan, which the Republicans like, and the Democrats really like the recon. The president's now said, I have to have both of them at the same time, which is perfect because no one wants to sort of undo the other. A conservative publication confirms in my reporting, which says that the higher the price tag was on the recon before, the harder it was to pass. There you go, confirmation. But by allowing the Democrats to take out some of the spending from the recon, roads and bridges, and putting into the bipartisan, the overall price tag of the recon got smaller, obviously. In other words, the bipartisan deal made the recon passable. And now the recon procedural has passed. I had told you, and this is why you stay with this channel, I had told you over the last 3 weeks that the recon procedural would pass. In fact, you heard me on air say, done deal, even though it was not a done deal, because I said they had agreed upon this before they started the voting process. So that the voting process on Tuesday was merely, in a way, ceremonial. And that's all it was. They had agreed upon this before they started. I also told you that something you'd only hear on this channel was that the president had met with the Democrats, not just from the House, but also from the Senate over the last few weeks, asking them, what do you want in this recon? And they all had agreed upon the price tag of $3.5 trillion. So that when they started the voting process, it was a done deal. $3.5 trillion already agreed upon. And we have more about that from Bernie Sanders later in the third part of this video. Ilhan Omar and Representative Richie Torres had said before they agreed upon the price tag, we have to go big. He said we have to have a larger recon. She said we have to have a recon that goes as big and bold as we want. They're both Democrats and they're both progressives. So once they had agreed upon the recon price, then the president had told the progressives, protect my recon until we have finished with the voting process. That's what they did. Ilhan Omar and also Brian Schatz had said that the president told them that everything that are in that recon is progressive priorities and the White House's priorities. So what is a recon? What is a bipartisan? What is a recon procedural? What is a recon substantive? Let's go over all the details starting right now with understanding the two-path process. Recon is your money. Bipartisan is not your money. That's roads and bridges. Number one, recon is your money, also called reconciliation, also called the budget bill. And unfortunately, broadcast media likes to come up with a new name for it every single day. Tomorrow will be called George. Just like, my goodness. This week, other names I've seen have been framework and structure. Oh my goodness. Also called the Democratic Spending Plan, the Progressive Social Reform Plan. If you see the word social spending, or you see social, or you see budget, that's the recon. Price tag 3.5 trillion, all checks for you. Bipartisan, not your money. This is roads and bridges, also called infrastructure. We had 3 bills to do, and you can cross the first one off the list. Yes, recon procedural's done, baby. So now we're on recon substantive, and then bipartisan to be done as well. We're not just starting on number 2 and 3 this week. Oh no, we've been doing them all along. What is the difference between recon procedural and recon substantive? Let's go over them right now. Recon procedural, which passed on Tuesday, was what they had already agreed upon before they started. Total price tag, 3.5 trillion. Do you agree to do a recon? I do agree to do a recon. And how are the committees going to have the money spent? $10 here, $20 there. So they've already agreed to do a recon. They've already agreed to do a price tag of 3.5 trillion. They've already agreed to send out checks to you at 3.5 trillion. And they've already agreed to give the committees certain portions of this money. $10 to this committee, $20 to this committee. So it's all confirmed, but what's not confirmed is how the committees spend the money. So let's say, for example, committee number 1 has $10 for you. So how are they to spend the money? The $10 is supposed to go out in monthly increments, or weekly increments, or a portion here and a portion there. Not decided. That's what recon substantive is called. And that is where we are right now. Incredible great news. How do we get to this great news? From Jalapa, who recently wrote Schumer letter saying Chuck all the vote on the recon. And he did, and it passed. And then it went to the House, and it passed this Tuesday. But more importantly, that letter was signed by 12 House Democrats who were part of the 100 plus, who recently wrote the president a letter saying, we're going to be putting monthly forced stimulus checks to the forced stimulus recon. Wow. Can we top that? Yes. As 7 members of the House Ways and Means Subcommittee, the one we started this video on, yep, them, recently wrote the president a letter saying we're going to be putting monthly forced stimulus checks in the forced stimulus recon. Well, we got to keep those people to their promise. And yes, we have a lot of people saying they want to do it. We have the House bill, $1,000 a month after the first month, pandemic plus 1 year. We have the House Ways and Means, monthly stimulus checks for 4th. They just said that again. We have the American petition, 3 million signatures. And we have AOC and Omar, monthly 2,000. And finally, we have the senators, which include Wyden, Warren, and Sanders, saying monthly stimulus checks. How did we get to this wonderful spot? We got to this wonderful spot by also getting something very complicated out of the forced stimulus recon. It's called the global minimum corporate tax rate, and Biden did it about 7 weeks ago. Now the recon is easier to write, easier to call for a vote, easier to vote on, and easier to pass, and there you go. Can we top that? Yes. As we go into the final 15 minutes of the video, breaking news as Bernie Sanders talks out and speaks out about the incredible great passage of that recon procedural this week. He talks about the recon substantive. He talks about the incredible payments of money coming to you. It's all breaking in the final 15 minutes of this video. We'll go over those checks additionally. What are these checks? What's the difference between application-based recon and the add-on of stimulus checks? We'll go over what the president's doing for this and what's next and what's already underway for recon substantive. But first, here's a little bit of something else. If you haven't gotten money for one item from this channel today, pick up the phone. Recon procedural will generally be a place where you have to pick up the phone or go to a website to get the money. And I want you to be comfortable with this process. And if you've done it before, as the viewer just said, my friend is now addicted to your channel and got 4 items and keeps on calling and getting more items. That is a true spirit. If you have developed that self-confidence to do that, you're going to kill it in forced stimulus. But if you haven't, today is your day. City Hall, City House Authority. County Hall, County House Authority. State Hall, State House Authority. Rent assistance because of COVID, mortgage assistance because of COVID, and utility assistance because of COVID. And then if you haven't gotten the other sums of money and you're having problems getting them, reach out to the community page. Go down the description of this video, find the link to the community page. It's news.lalate.com/community. And it'll send you over to the community page to separate it from Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. Here's a little bit about them, and I'll be back with you in 60 seconds as the incredible great news on this afternoon's LA continues. If you want money right now, not 5 days from now, and not 5 weeks from now, then reach out to the community page. The volunteers can help you find that money for rent and utilities. That's at news.lalate.com/community. The community page features a series of volunteers who are viewers like you. They can help you find rent, utilities, SNAP, food benefits, mortgage assistance, and help you with eviction moratorium questions as well. Their Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram individuals reach out to them and indicate the city and state you're from, and they'll get back to you shortly. That's a community page. Volunteers working for you, viewers helping one another. Stay with LA for more. Join LALATE Daily for the excitement of the new LALATE live daily. The excitement starts on mornings LALATE at 9 a.m. Home LALATE returns at 11 a.m. daily. And then afternoons LALATE at 1 p.m. Join us daily as the excitement continues live from Santa Monica on LALATE. And the excitement continues right now, direct from Santa Monica, with incredible great news as your recon procedural has passed. What an incredible week and what an incredible achievement. As $3.5 trillion of checks are coming to the American people. Done, deal, confirmed, and sealed. The incredible great news is going to be detailed in the second half of this video. In the final 15 minutes of this video, I'll go over these checks and what this means for you. Why these checks are the biggest payout we've ever seen in the history of this channel, and why the Purple Hawks especially will be getting incredible sums of money in this forced stimulus recon. I have new comments from Bernie Sanders just today talking about the incredible achievement of this recon, and I'll go over those and more, and then I'll go over the recon substantive and also what the president has been doing as well. There's so much happening, and it's the second half of this video, and it's starting right now. So with that, I'm excited for you to join me and subscribe. 400,000 subscribers, a YouTube record. I want you part of this family. Hit that subscribe button right now. Like the video to 3,000 likes and consider becoming a member. Purple Hawk, Purple Power, Calcino VIP, the links under the video and in the top of the chat. Meantime, if you've not signed up for the incredible LALATE alerts, it's totally free. It's also in the description of this video. It's news.lalate.com/alerts. You go there and you click the link, and then you get the confirmation. More about that in the final 15 minutes of this video, but let's go to the exciting details of the fifth stimulus. Just days away. And fifth stimulus is the raising up of your benefits, SSI and SSDI. They start legislating this in September. And that legislating will hopefully get it to a vote by November. That's what they're anticipating. So step one, raise your benefits up. Step two, remove the asset limit, add inflationary benchmark, remove the marriage penalty, and remove the income exclusion. There's a lot of Federal Reserve chairs, a lot of Federal Reserve presidents across the country. And one of the most vocal ones this morning said that inflation is really getting large later this year. Jay Powell, Federal Reserve, said it's going to be transitory at its peak in December. And now Boulard spoke this morning saying, it's going to get really high. And that's what I've been telling you. It's great for your benefits because it's a temporary spike before it comes back down next year. So let's go over the analysis. First, they'll raise your benefits up a lifetime. Then they'll apply a new benchmark. That new benchmark will be inflation. And inflation is going to be transitory, as I just said. And Boulard this morning said it's going to go really high. I've been saying about 5%. And his comments seem to suggest it's. I might be right on the mark with that number. A temporary spike of 5%. Let's go over the analysis. First, they'll raise your benefits up. Then they'll apply the benchmark. And if it is 5%, you'll go up another 5% lifetime. Because once your benefits go up, they never go down. Then they're going to move the asset cap, dating back to a 1980s law that says you can't have more than $3,000 on hand. Now you'll be able to have some muddled. Did you call this muddled? Or teal? It is not teal. This is blue. You'll be able to have some blue in your hand, Crayola blue, and some stimulus checks. They're going to remove the income cap dating back to a 1960s law that says you can't work and stay on benefits. And finally, the marriage penalty is going to go away. And love is going to win, and you'll be able to do a pair dance at your own wedding, like Rob and Sandy. No longer fear loss of benefits and have your benefits restored if they were disqualified. Meantime, will there be a fifth stimulus check? There will be. The House Ways and Means Committee represent. Finally, if you're in the live chat and you notice all those purple hawks swirling and you're not one of them, what are you doing? You need to become a Purple Hawk member today. The join link is under the video. Purple Hawk, Purple Power, or Calcino VIP. Daily, I deliver to the Purple Hawks via the YouTube or NLA alert systems a breakdown of all the big money available for you under first, second, and third stimulus. And that's why the Purple Hawks have been killing it. I launched Purple Hawks in January this year when a third stimulus package was passed at a $1,400 stimulus check price tag. And guess what I said? I said, sure, it's going to land the $1,400, but Purple Hawks, that's not where your focus is. Your focus is on the $14,000 I can get you under third stimulus. At the time, some people thought I was sort of crazy. They said, really? Where is this money? I never heard of this money. I said $5, $10, $15, $20,000. Money right now, not 5 weeks from now, not 5 months from now. And in January, it was a sort of a hard sell because people never heard of that. All they heard about was the stimulus check. They never heard of all these other sums of money. Now, January, February, March, April, May, June, July, August. The Purple Hawks are growing leaps and bounds because they're getting massive sums of money. Now they're realizing, yeah, stimulus check, one thing, but these sums of money, a whole nother level. These sums of money are available for you under third stimulus right now. You can get them right now. Fourth stimulus is not landing in your bank account this week, but this money is. As we had those incredible comments to start the day with Shanann, who told her friend about this channel and just got nearly $20,000 this week. Joanne, who got over $10,000 with Crayola this week, and Becca Legan, who got $2,400 for rent this week with Crayola. People are getting big sums of money right now. So do it and become a member. The link's under the video. And with that, we go into the final 15 minutes of this video, starting right now. Deal done. $3.5 trillion of checks are coming to you and the American people under the fourth stimulus recon. Let me go over where we are and what this means for you. Number one, the recon procedural has passed. The tow truck has passed over the finish line. Yes, time to go pick up the tow hitch, which is recon substantive. What does this mean? Number one, the recon procedural is done. It's finished. Number two, there will be a recon. No turning back. The recon will be $3.5 trillion. Done, confirmed, sealed, dealed. And it's all checks for the American people and you. Done. So these checks of this recon, $3.5 trillion, is something we've never seen in the history of the channel. It's enormous because the first, second, and third stimulus packages were this big, and we're at 80% for corporations. This one is this big, and all for you. So what's left to do? Recon substantive, which is of that $3.5 trillion, how to spend it among the different committees that have been delegated the money. Let's go over the analysis of that recon substantive versus recon procedural. Number one, they've agreed that there will be a recon of $3.5 trillion to checks the American people, mostly application-based, with the money going to those committees. All they have to determine is how to spend the money. And this is why I brought back Seats for Stimulus. The push of Seats for Stimulus started with a social media campaign last year I launched on this channel, which basically said, give us the right stimulus, we're taking your seats. 6 House seats are up for grabs, and on Monday, those House members were talking about this. They were talking about spending the right money the right way, and those 6 House seats could determine the balance of power in the House. Now, what does this recon mean for you, and what does this recon mean for all of us? Let's go over all the details starting right now. Recon procedural being now passed on Tuesday was a historic day for this channel. It was a historic day for us because a lot of people said things were never going to happen, and it did happen. And now that the recon is passed, then the only remaining issue is how the money is spent and how the money is spent on you. The terms and conditions. Basically, like saying you're getting a house, but what is in the house? The house is 3.5 trillion. Well, did it include the furniture, or did you take the furniture out? So things like that. So let's go over some of the proposed items that are in the recon. We don't have the law bill yet. And here they go. Free school meals for all, checks. Tax break checks. Cheaper prescription medication checks. Lots of checks for farming, checks for free internet, lots of checks for seniors, and lots of checks for workers, independent contractors, checks for seniors, checks for lowering eligibility age for Medicare, checks for dental, checks for vision, checks for hearing care, and more. There you go. That's to start. Now, the President of the United States this last Sunday had a secret meeting with the Democrat caucus to say, talk a lot about number 3 on that list, which is cheaper prescription medication. Why did he say talk about that? He wants that to be really front and center because it's an immediate 24-hour turnaround where you get a financial benefit out of it. A lot of times when you pass a law, you don't see the money for a week, 2 weeks or 10 days or 20 days. This would be 24 hours. It would basically be the following. You walk in a pharmacy on Monday, it's $50 to buy something. You walk in 3 days later, it's $5. The federal government has preferred rates with the pharmaceutical companies on prescription medication, and this would slash those rates overnight, saving you fortunes at the pharmacy. So that is why he's pushing that front and center. Now, let's go over what's next. Recon substantive did not just start this week. It's been worked on over the last few weeks, actually months. Recon substantive has been drafted and redrafted in those subcommittees over the last few weeks. They're still in town. They haven't left. They're not gone. The senators are still in town. The House members are still in town. They're in those subcommittees now. And those subcommittees are finishing the final words on that recon substantive. So that's why you have to push purple power to make sure they spend the money the right way. The subcommittees draft the language, and then it goes up to a vote on the floor. We do not know for certain if it's starting on the House and going to the Senate or Senate versus House. It looked early this week that it was going to go House to Senate, so we'll see what's next. Also, Bernie Sanders spoke out about this incredible achievement this week. And ironically, he got praises from Republicans and Democrats on both sides of the table. Bernie Sanders said the following: It's already negotiated. The truth is we need more. The needs are there. This is, in my view, the minimum of what we should be spending. I understand the budget chairmen historically have done their work within the Beltway. I really think it's the function of the budget chairman to get it out among the people. Chuck Schumer praised Bernie Sanders' achievements this week with the passage of the recon procedural. He's great. Bernie's great at coming up with ideas and getting a movement behind him, but now he's proven to be a really great legislator as well. We've worked so closely, and we're probably talking 4 to 5 times a day. Wow. Mitch McConnell actually praised Bernie Sanders, saying that Bernie Sanders may not have got to the Democratic nomination, but he won the whole love of the Democratic Party. There are nuances and differences. This is Bernie back talking. There's nuances and differences. I hear them as a budget chairman. Every day there's one that is worried about this and one that's worried about this on budget transfers. But every member of the caucus understands that this is transformative for the American people, as is the right thing to do. And it's politically popular. Transformative. I've been using that word a lot. I've been telling you that Bernie Sanders says that this is a historic day for the American society. This is a package that'll change the landscape of your families and families across the country. The biggest spending of the history of this channel. It is substantially more than first, second, and third, and it's all for you. And it'll be paying you money over a lifetime, lots and lots of money. Now let's cut over to understand the nuances of recon versus other items you may have seen in the history of stimulus. When you look at recon, when you look at this one, it follows the path of the previous first, second, and third stimulus packages, which were the following. If you wanted money for dental, you picked up the phone and got the check for dental. You never sat back as a donetta and waited for IRS to send you a check for dental, because IRS doesn't send you checks for dental. You would pick up the phone and call for dental. If you wanted money for your kid because the kid had to stay from school, home for school, you wanted money to increase for your benefits for SNAP, you would pick up the phone and call. It's always been that way. The federal government, IRS, Treasury, does not send out money for your food. They send out money for only the Treasury. And so when we've done first, second, and third stimulus, it's always been what I call application-based. Application-based does not mean filling out a piece of paper and submitting it and waiting 3 months. Application-based is just my expression of saying, you got to pick up the phone and do something. You got to pick up the phone and pounce, Purple Hawk. Whether it was picking up the phone saying, I need to increase my PBT, picking up the phone and getting SNAP, picking up the phone and getting PPP, picking up the phone and getting PUA, picking up the phone or going to a website and getting an EID out. You've always done this under the first, second, and third stimulus. And what's the case in fourth stimulus is that is how it's going to rock. And you're going to rock it. Because if you've picked up the phone as a Purple Hawk, as a viewer, as a subscriber, as a member, as anyone over the last year, picked up the phone and called and gotten $10, $20, you are going to clean up under fourth stimulus. And I'll be here to show you across the board how to get these big sums of money. This is in addition to the stimulus checks, which they're trying to put in there on top of that. The differences are the following. Is the recon $3.5 trillion is confirmed. It is confirmed you're getting $3.5 trillion of checks. The push to get the stimulus checks on top of that is still a push. But the recon of $3.5 trillion is confirmed. It's definitely coming to you, but not coming to you so that you hold a donut and it's landing in your hand. You have to pick up the phone and call. And that's how, as Purple Hawks and the viewers of this channel, you're going to learn and watch in the next few weeks how I'm going to show you how this money is going to be ready for you to pounce. Now, fourth stimulus, not landing in your bank account this week, not landing in your bank account last week. Third stimulus is, and that's why there's so much money available for you for rent, utilities, food, internet right now that the Purple Hawks are cleaning up. Yesterday, we had more success stories as Johnny got $10,000 for EIDL, $1,800 for taxes, $9,000 for utilities, and $21,000. Do you see those numbers? Johnny there alone is almost at $45,000. $21,000, $9,000, $10,000. $41,000 from just listening to my videos. Wonderful. Robert, the day before, getting incredible sums of money. Robert getting $18,000 for rent, $16,000 for SNAP, $7,000 for utilities across the board. I'm really, really excited for you. And finally, a personal message. Don't ever let anyone rain on your parade. Don't let anyone rain on your parade. This week was a historic day for this country. On Tuesday, the federal government passed the biggest ever recon of a generation. $3.5 trillion is a lot of money, and it's all for you. In March of last year, we sat back as corporations, Fortune 500 companies, corporations that are on Wall Street that can go to a bank and take a loan, got money, and you got next to nothing. And we had to fight for that money. And now the money is coming to you. And guess what some people would like to do? Rain on that parade. No, they're not going to rain on our parade because there's a lot of money coming to you. There's a lot of money available for you right now under third stimulus, and you're killing it, and you're going to continue to kill it. And when we get the $3.5 trillion, they can rain as much as they want to rain. But the only thing raining here is money. And with that, subscribe. 400,000 subscribers on YouTube record. I want you part of this family. Hit that subscribe button right now. Like the video, 2,000-3,000 likes. Oh, wait. Hold the music. I forgot to cover the LALATE alerts. The YouTube alerts are back on, baby. They're back, but the LALATE alerts are staying for good. People are loving them, and I'm loving them. Go to news.lalate.com/alerts and you'll sign up for the new LALATE alerts. Totally free. The LALATE alerts send you to the LALATE website. You put your name and email address in there and you subscribe for the LALATE alerts. Then it'll send you a confirmation email. Watch for that confirmation email. You must confirm to be part of the alerts. The confirmation email may be in the spam folder or may be in the promotions folder if you're a Gmail user. Click the blue button button. You must click the blue button, and then it'll say thank you, and then away you go. You start getting those LALATE alerts. And LALATE viewers got the alert as soon as the recon procedure was passed. I personally wrote it, and within seconds, you were told about all the incredible details. And with that, subscribe. 400,000 subscribers, YouTube record. I want you part of this family. Hit that subscribe button right now. Like the video, 2,000-3,000 likes, and consider becoming a member. Coming up next is Overnight's Crypto, and then Evening's LA. Stay informed, stay focused, and stay with LA for more.